Now, many of you already know that each and every week on Tuesday, we get to see the NEV insurance registrations report for some of our favorite EV stocks like Nio. I mean, today we just got the figures for last week, and as seen on the screen, Nio saw themselves, or this report showed that Nio had 3,300 NEV insurance registration, which is lower, of course, than the 4,300 we saw last week. So yes, these are the figures that we are seeing Nio having for the previous week, which of course it is making some of the retail investors in the streets of social media not to be excited about these numbers, including myself, because I thought maybe at least would get Nio not coming back to the below 4,000, but rather staying at least over 4,000, as we had our high hopes, or as we have high hopes of Nio at least delivering 25,000 for this month. Now to get to see Nio coming down to 3,300, yeah, it is not that good, but I must say that I still have hope, or I still remain bullish to say that Nio will break their July delivery figures, of which were of course just over 20,400. I personally believe they will still beat that target, but obviously what most retail investors have been saying is that of course they would want to see Nio at least getting to 25,000, which suppose it might not happen, but what would be good, I think, or what each and every Nio investor can take is of course Nio or continuing with of course delivering over 20,000 vehicles. In fact, what will make us very happy is of course Nio beating that over 20,400 deliveries which they reported for the month of July. But still, I still think there is hope, because ladies and gents, this 3,300, it just means that when you add it to that 4,300 for last week, chances are Nio currently has approximately 8,000 of course vehicles at the moment, which though of course the Nio top executive members came out and said that they don't really reflect the exact sales. We know that roughly, or we can say plus minus Nio, it's around 8,000, which it means that they are only left with around 12,000 to get to of course 20,000, of which do I think they are going to achieve that? Absolutely, because what we have been seeing in this NEV insurance registrations report is that towards the month end, or in the last 2 weeks of the month, we tend to see big figures or high numbers coming out from our favorite EV stocks like Nio. So I believe that in this last 2 weeks, Nio easily will thresh that 12,000 vehicles or insurance registrations that will take them to 20,000. In fact, I personally believe that they are going to beat, of course, the kind of deliveries they reported for the month of July, because July, you will know that I think still on that very same month, there was a time, I think, I can't remember, it was first week or second week, where they reported below 3,000 of course insurance registrations, which to get to see that for this month they have never reported below 3,300, it is something that gives me hope and confidence to say that Nio will easily beat those kind of deliveries we saw for the month of July. Personally, I think that of course the 20,000 deliveries, it is the new 10,000, or it is the new old 10,000. I think worst case scenario, Nio will try their best, even if it or not on a good month, they will try their best to deliver at least 20,000 vehicles. That's what I believe they will try to do from now on, which is something that obviously it is a good thing, or it will be a good thing to see Nio continuing with that 20,000 plus delivery on a month to month. Now, before of course we dig deep into this video, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now, I would appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about Nio's second week's NEV insurance registrations report we just received from of course Nio, which is that an EV maker, or which is a company that usually publishes this kind of course news. So if you enjoy this kind of content, hit the likes button, subscribe, that's if you have not subscribed to the channel, because on this channel it's one of the stocks that I discuss a lot, because I believe in their fundamentals, in their future prospects, and I believe that this is a company that it is now expected to recover, which is why we're seeing big financial institutions or big analysts coming out and increasing their price target on Nio. These, I personally believe that once we see of course Nio continuing with of course the 20,000 deliveries, then chances are before this year end we might see the stock price heading towards the $30 mark, or ending the the year towards the $30 mark, which would be so great, because ladies and gents, for a person like me who has an average on Nio of just over $23.50, will make me to be excited, or because then it would mean I would end this year on a positive on my Nio holdings, which is something that would be great, because as many of you know, Nio is a stock that seriously dominates my stock market portfolio. The shares that I own of Nio at the moment are almost 1,800. Yesterday I bought more shares, and I think on the streets of Twitter I did share a sneak peek, which is why now my average came from over $23.68 to now just $23 and around 50 cents, which is making me to be excited. And whenever I get a chance, whenever I get an opportunity, I'm going to definitely continue increasing my holdings. So yes, without wasting any more of your time, we saw Nio coming out with a 3,300 insurance registration for previous week, which makes Nio now in the premium market to sit at the top 7, or at number 7, when you look to, of course, the premium, I think, cars that are being sold in China. I mean, this, I think, includes there, of course, the petrol or gas cars. And as seen on the screen, you notice that the number 1 on top of the table, we've got Tesla, then Mercedes, then BMW, then Audi, then of course Leodo, Lexus, and then Nio. So I personally believe that as time goes, we are going to, of course, see Nio, of course, climbing up the ladders, because Nio, ladies and gents, like I've been saying, they make quite good cars, and the kind of infrastructure that they are providing to, of course, those that buy the Nio cars are different from those, or are quite unique from those that, of course, we get to see from other EV competitors. Like, you know that there is no other EV company that is offering battery or deploying battery swapping station, and so, which, of course, knowing that Nio is the only one that is offering that, just shows you, or that has to show you that, of course, Nio, it is that company that will win in the long term, especially looking at this kind of technology, because it offers convenience, as those that subscribe into bus, they can be able to go and utilize this, of course, battery swapping stations, or utilize battery swapping station to swap the battery in their car in less than 4 minutes, which is absolutely amazing. So yes, I know that 3,300, it is a low number, but I'm still hopeful, bullish, to say that we are going to see Nio once again not only reporting over 20,000 vehicles for this month, but I personally believe that they are going to thrash the kind of deliveries we saw for last month, and that is, of course, those deliveries of just over 20,000, of course, 400. So I'm still bullish, though this 3,300, I know it is making some of the people not to be excited by it, but one of the good things that we would like to see, of course, from Nio, is to see it being consistent in terms of delivering their numbers, at least increase rather than, of course, decrease. That's one thing that we would like to see from Nio, but I guess we'll see it as the time unfolds, because we don't know probably was the reason why the NEV insurance registrations are lower than last week, because one of the good things we know is that it's not a demand issue, but rather it might be something that maybe we don't know. Maybe they were exporting some of their cars into the European markets. That way they are currently selling their cars into 5 European countries, and yeah, we basically don't know. But one thing for sure is that I personally believe that Nio is going to, of course, report record-breaking deliveries come month end of August. Otherwise, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, so if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy Nio for the very first time, please do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable as you are investing into the stock market. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.